wrap up the conversation, our Sports Mvt community actually sent through a few questions, and we would love to answer these questions for them today. And I would love to start off with 𝗙𝗶𝗋's question, and he emphasizes the fact that you retired in 2016, and what are some of those reasons that we saw you retire from international cricket? As you mentioned previously, you took a short break, you came back into the game, and then in 2016, what was that decision that actually took you to your retirement?
I promise you, I went back into the game and I love the game, but I promise you, it didn't give me a greater sense of purpose than what coaching did. I felt I can help the greater with coaching, and with playing, I felt like I could only help my team or myself. And I wanted to be part of something that helps the greater, because, I just felt that the system needed care, and it needed someone that was passionate about it to actually push on from just the selection. Go and follow up on ladies, even if they don't make the team. That's when they need you the most. That sort of things, and that's what I wanted to add to the system. And I still get asked this question if I miss playing. I will always miss playing, but this is definitely my purpose. I believe that I was brought into this world to coach cricket, and if I can and to help people, and if I can do that through coaching, I will do it any day and any lifetime.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, Samantha takes you back to the 2009 𝗙𝗍𝗋 World Women's T20s, and she's asking, what was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was outstanding. It was outstanding. It was something we as a South African nation at that time were not used to, because of the crowds. There's music, there's fireworks. It was just like it was out of this world, actually. But what a moment to be present in. It was, you just felt like this is only the start of women's cricket. It's going to only get bigger from here on. And it did. I mean, if I look at women's cricket now, it's not a question of, oh, do women's cricket play? It's like, when's the next match? And that's what I wanted for women's cricket, But it was so good. Still a goosebumps moment. You just take in all the smaller things. I think us then as a country, we didn't perform really well, but we were really, really blessed and grateful to obviously have that opportunity and give up our best at every game.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, Caitlin asks about an important question, and this is a question sometimes that's quite difficult to answer as well. It's around development. How do we build the sport of women's cricket in South Africa, but also on the African continent?
Yeah, I think we're going to need another interview for this, because this can get quite hectic. But I think the main thing for me is that we've got to glorify the sport. And how we glorify the sport is by stakeholders. And we need our major stakeholders involved. So whether it's your associations, it can be the Continents Association or the Countries Association or Cricket South Africa, even the government or the political parties that, play a part in that. We've got to glorify the tournament. We've got to see that this is it's a cry for attention, and we've got to love that sport. And I always say, like, when it comes to influential people, got lots of followers and stuff, we've got to start getting in touch with these guys to say, just repost this or just post that. And I mean, that's where it starts, because we don't say, obviously she's got a massive following base, and they see that, and then it starts becoming talks, and people go on Google and search things. And I think it's just a start for things. I mean, at the end of the day, people want to back winning teams. So hopefully we leading up to a World Cup now, we'll get that investments coming, and we can make it more glorified. But I do believe, like, your normal person or even your influential people can do their part now to make a better sporting nation for cricket in the whole continent, actually.
Absolutely beautiful. The last question comes through from Robin, and she's simply asking for advice. Now, you've got a 10-year-old lady who comes to you and she says, listen, you've had an absolutely beautiful career. How do I start my journey? I love the sport of cricket, and I would love to reach the level that you've reached. What would you say to this young lady?
I think the first thing I would do is give her a high five. I always love it when young children just want to pick up a bat or ball and play cricket. And then I'll say, have fun. I think when you're working with that age group as well, just have fun. whatever it is, don't worry about your performances, don't worry about anything. You hit the ball as hard as you can, you bowl the ball as fast as you want. Just have fun, enjoy the game, fall in love with the sport. And once you get older in your life, just be authentic. Never forget where you came from, because that's really important to who you are now. And just be authentic in what you want to do. I always tell people it's good to have role models, and you obviously want to play their similar brand of cricket, but just be authentic to yourself, because that is not something you have to study for. That's in you. It's just about using it.
Absolutely beautiful. I couldn't have said it better myself. And to be honest, you have literally embodied those words throughout your playing and your coaching career thus far. Dinesha Devnarain, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us on the Sports Mvt Insider. And of course, thank you for the amazing work that you do on and off the field in terms of the world of cricket. And thank you for those phenomenal memories that you have given us as a player many, many moons ago. And we look forward to your journey as a coach. And I think maybe at the 2023 Under-19 World Cup, something special might happen.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Aaron. I really appreciate it. And it was an absolute pleasure talking to you. All the best in your career. God bless and take care.
Thank you.
You're locked on to the Sport Mvt Insider, a podcast for unrelenting coverage of women in sport. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I absolutely loved diving deeper into the journeys of our athletes, coaches, and administrators to get to know them a little bit better than we do. Coming up next week, we bring you another athlete, coach, or administrator, and she shares her incredible and inspiring journey with us. Keep it locked onto Sport Mvt, where we celebrate women in sport.